Welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weebs here, and this is a new home. I'm recording in a new house, and pretty much this is what if Naruto lost Jiraiya earlier, and last time we left off with Sasuke leaving and leaving a letter back, Tsuki finding out, and the team being created, but instead, Naruto was going as well. Naruto just returned, and of course he was going to go with them, so it was actually Naruto leading the mission because Naruto knew a few things about Orochimaru, and Jiraiya did do some research on him and he had the information, but in the end Jiraiya didn't continue the research like in the original, since he was after the Akatsuki at that point. And anyways, now Naruto and teams, the Sasuke retrieval team was the same except for an addition, which was Tsuki. And anyways, Naruto and the rest do go, and they don't find him. They don't even see the Sound Hole because of them actually finding out a day later, unlike Sakura this time. She didn't see him, and that's why she wasn't able to tell everyone. While here, well, in the original she was, and that's why they were able to catch up. But here it was way too late, and Sasuke was gone. Anyway, sorry guys, I've been feeling ill for the past 3 days. Runny nose, throat burning every time, and sneezing, coughing. I took 2 corona tests 2 days in a row, still don't have corona. I think I'm immune, but you never know. Near my house, I don't know, South African variation, something like that, was spotted or something, was identified. And so it might be because of that, since I did walk past the school that the 2 teachers got it from like 3 times in a row. So you never know, I might have got it, but whatever. He says no to it, so I'm gonna take another one today just in case. But anyways, now Naruto and the team. Well, Naruto does return with no clues or anything. Basically, they didn't find Sasuke. And anyways, now, of course, since they didn't find Sasuke, it was too late, and Tsuki actually thought it was her fault, but it wasn't. And anyways, now the 2.5-year training would begin from here. However, since there's no Jiraiya, Naruto actually did train with Tsunade here, but he didn't train with her for too long, even though Tsunade pretty much adopted him at this point. It's been around 3 months, and Tsuki has pretty much become very strong and still training with the Hokage. Naruto does train a bit with the Hokage and learns a few things like the Uzumaki sealing techniques, since the Hokage knows all of them. And anyways, Naruto then leaves again, leaves the village because remember, he's still not considered he still doesn't consider himself a Leaf villager, even or a Leaf shinobi, even though both the 5th and the 3rd Hokage said that he's more than a Leaf shinobi. He's been helping them for like months at this point, and his foster parents have been helping the Leaf village to like Jiraiya, Tsunade. And anyways, now after this, of course, Naruto and Tsunade say their goodbyes, and Naruto's already out of the village by now, and he left. Even though Tsuki did ask him to remain, he didn't. And anyways, now Naruto is still on the journey of finding every single Jinchuriki and warning them about protecting them from the Akatsuki. And during the next 2 years and a quarter, I guess now, he does meet a few. He meets, of course, Gaara again, and Gaara already knew about the threat of the Akatsuki. Then he actually meets Yugito, the Two-Tails. She was actually out and about on a mission until Naruto actually realized who she was, and he knew that Yugito was the Jinchuriki of the Two-Tails, and he actually stopped her on the mission, on just saying she was returning from the mission, not actually going to it. And Naruto was near the land of near the Cloud Village. I don't know what land it is, to be honest. I don't know. Anyways, of course, Naruto stops her, and warns her pretty much. Yukito at first thought this was an attack from a different village, and she thought that it was kind of bold since they weren't even trying to hide. But Naruto was able to stop her claws with his katana, saying, "I'm not here to fight, and I'm here to talk." And pretty much Yukito realized that Naruto's not showing any aggression, no passion, no aggression. I'm joking, but he wasn't showing any aggression towards her, and he was just there to talk, and she believed him. So she was still on guard, but she let go of his sword, which she was clenching on. And anyways, now Naruto, of course, talks to Yukito and warns her about the Akatsuki, and asks her to warn the Eight Tails Jinchuriki, which is meant to be Killer Bee. Of course, she said she will, and to take care. And yes, she does know this is Nanto's Jinchuriki, and she realizes that he's meant to be in the Leaf Village. However, he's not. She wasn't going to tell the Raikage, because the Raikage would definitely want to capture him. But since he was this kind to come all the way here to a different land to warn her and Killer Bee about the Akatsuki, she thought that this was a good person, and he did say that he wasn't a Leaf Shinobi yet because he wanted to accomplish his dream of protecting the older Jinchuriki first. And anyways, now Naruto actually does go off on his own and warns, and then actually meets the well, of course he can't meet with the Free Tails. Basically, he can't meet with he can't really meet Yagura since he's still under the Genjutsu, and he said no to meeting him, and so he leaves and the Mist Village. And anyways, now he does meet Son Goku's or the Full Tails Jinchuriki, Roshi, and Roshi actually was very fond of Naruto, and he asked Naruto to spar with him, and he could see that Naruto's taijutsu is at a level of the 3 Sanin, and he asks where did he learn how did he become this strong. And Naruto says that he was the foster child of the one of the Sanin who actually died because of him, because of the Akatsuki, and ever since he's been trying to warn everyone about them. And anyways, now of course he was thankful, and he tells him to go now, and Naruto does go, and Roshi doesn't train him at all. But anyways, now Naruto continues his training on his own while searching for other Jinchurikis, which he couldn't find over the next few months remaining of his 2.5 year training. And yes, he did say that he'll return in around 2 years or so, or maybe a bit later. But anyways, I'm just gonna make it so that he returns at the same time. And anyways, Naruto does learn a few new things during this time, but the only eventful thing that happens during this 2 years was him actually coming up against one of the Akatsuki members, which was actually Itachi. Of course, Naruto realizes who this is and asks just why, and pretty much Itachi actually gave Naruto the gift here, and he explained he didn't explain anything, but Itachi escaped. Naruto was going to chase him, but then he thought that if if he chased him and then found himself up against the whole entire Akatsuki, he'd die. There would be no chance for him. And anyway, Naruto returns to the Leaf Village to see that nothing really has changed much, even though he hasn't been there forever. And anyway, of course, now Naruto, who's back in the village, is actually put in a team finally. And since Team 7 no longer has Sasuke, so now they actually decided to put Naruto in Team 7. So Naruto will be the replacement of Sasuke for now, even though Naruto doesn't really want to be a ninja for them right now. But he just takes it as since Tsunade is pretty much his foster mother at this point, And anyways, now of course Naruto accepts this and actually just becomes part of Team 7, which Tsuki's really happy about. Tsuki's actually still intrigued by Naruto. And anyways, now Naruto and Team 7 do still have a belt test to see how their teamwork works, and Naruto adapts really well with the two. He already knew how they fought, Sakura being a really close range fighter, and Tsuki being quite an outrange fighter. Well, not outrange, more like a ranged fighter. So she can fight in, well, not long range, but she can fight in any range pretty much. She's good at taijutsu, she's good at genjutsu, she's good at any type of jutsu pretty much. Even medical ninjutsu, she's quite good at. But anyways, Naruto and Team 7 do pass the belt as per normal, being able to take the belts with teamwork. And anyways, now, Kakashi was actually using his Kamui as well, and he actually Kamui'd away one of Naruto's attacks, which was the Vanishing Rasengan. Yes, Naruto did learn it. And anyways, now, of course, I'm not going to really cover that fight because I'm pretty sure it's self-explanatory. Like, Kakashi really stands no chance against all three of them since they're all Jonin at this point. Well, Sakura's still not a Jonin. Naruto's pretty much a Jonin level ninja, but he hasn't been given an official rank yet. And anyways, now, Naruto and Team 7 the next day do find out about Gaara, which pisses off Naruto even more because he was meant to be there for him, but he wasn't. And so he actually leaves on his own, and Team 7 follows along. Of course, Team Guy following a bit afterwards. And anyways, now, Team 7, Naruto arrives with Team 7. Team 7 was able to catch up. Naruto was very pissed off. And anyways, once they arrived, it was too late already. And of course, they had to heal Kankuro, which Naruto and Tsuki helped Sakura with, since they're all from the same teacher. And, well, they've all learnt from Tsunade, and it's much easier for them to understand how to do this now. And since there's three of them, it was a bit faster, but in the end, it was already too late. Once they arrived, Gaara's Shukaku sealing was just completed, and Deidara and Sasori were actually quite tired, and they were actually trying to catch their breath. But as they were doing that, of course, Team 7 breaks in. Naruto being hella pissed off, is that who was it? And pretty much realizes that the blonde one is the one that attacked them, that was able to beat Gaara in a fight and capture him. And anyways, now Naruto actually pretty much goes off, and Deidara was actually still told by Sasori to take Gaara's body as a distraction, and so he did, and pretty much he was able to escape, but Naruto followed along, and Kakashi followed too. Tsuki and Sakura stayed with of course, Chio, and here the fight was quite unfair since like Tsuki was there, and Tsuki pretty much knowing 80% of every single ninjutsu known to the Leaf Village. Is kind of unfair on Sasori since there is also Sakura and Chio, which were able to barely defeat him, even though he kind of killed himself, but he allowed himself to get killed. But in the end, he was defeated, and he gave the information about Sasuke. And so in Sasuke's letter, he did say that he will return one day to the Leaf Village, but of course they'd rather get him as soon as possible. And in the end, they did find him, and pretty much, they did find him. Naruto was actually able to kill Deidara. Yes, he killed Deidara, and Deidara wasn't able to escape because of Naruto's speed, agility, and just his raw strength. And anyways, Naruto used a pretty strong Rasengan. He used a Vermilion Rasengan, which was pretty much fire release added to it. And anyways, now, of course, Deidara at first, he survived and he was about to escape, but then Naruto pretty much said Earth impalement, and as he says that, he got impaled by the earth itself, and he died on the spot. He instantly died. And anyways, Naruto then left his body there for then the ring to be taken away by Obito later on. And anyways, now Naruto pretty much finishing of his part of the mission, is returning, and then they meet up with the rest of Team 7 and Chio, and of course they explained that Sasori was defeated, and he actually gave some information about Sasuke, which Naruto at first he was kind of intrigued about, but then he realized that Gaara is still dead, and no matter what kind of reward they get, it's not worth Gaara's life. And anyways, of course, in the end, Chio does still give up her life, and pretty much Naruto helps with that. And they do have the moment of silence, and she was actually one of my favorite characters. Like I did say before, she's actually really like, well, how can I say this? I just enjoyed her character for since it reminded me a bit of my own grandma, how kind she was. But anyways, now, uh, of course, now Naruto returns to the Leaf Village to actually, well, go off to another mission with Kakashi and Yamato. And Kakashi did see that Naruto was laying a bit of the Ninetales out because his eyes were pretty much in that Ninetale state. And anyways, Naruto has been trying to master the Ninetales chakra, but he cannot control any of it because of him not having the guidance that he had like in the original or with Jiraiya. And if he went, and Naruto having to worry about if he went into a rampage, there would be no one to stop him. Since Jiraiya was always there to stop him, Jiraiya was pretty much 4 tails level, even higher. Jiraiya was around like 6, 7 tails level, especially with his Sage mode. But anyways, now, well, before we continue, we have to remember that Jiraiya never used it in the original because he wasn't pushed to the edge. He was he was a bit cocky, to be honest, against the Full Tails Naruto. But if that were to happen again, Naruto was going over Full Tails or Full Tails itself, I'm pretty sure Jiraiya would have been pushed to the edge and used Sage Mode to stop him. And anyways, now, remember, Jiraiya had Sage Mode mastered here as well, so he's just that much stronger. But of course, now he's gone. And anyways, Naruto and well, Team 7 do go there, and here Sasuke sees Naruto, and it wasn't actually Naruto who was after him, it was actually Tsuki. Naruto still being Sasuke's friend. Naruto actually did enjoy spending some time with Sasuke, and you know, it wasn't too much time, but it was still some time, I guess. But of course, Sasuke still tries to get into Naruto's mind, which was actually possible here, and he meets the Ninetales for the first time, and Sasuke gets pissed at the Ninetales because this Ninetales always talks about Madara. Well, not always, but you know, he's been told about Madara Uchiha, which he doesn't even understand who he is. He knows he's an Uchiha since his name was Madara Uchiha, but just who was he? Like, why are they comparing him to him? Especially because he does hate being compared to other Uchihas, since his father did compare him to Sasuke quite a bit, to Itachi quite a bit. And anyways, now, of course, Naruto and Sasuke. Well, Sasuke was about to fight Naruto until, of course, Orochimaru said not to, because Naruto did go into his Full Tails form against Orochimaru. Yes, he did, and I did forget to mention that. And Sai was there. And anyways, of course, he did go into it, but Yamato stopped him, and he was able to recover much faster, especially because of him being able to heal himself. And Tsuki was actually the one to actually come to stop Naruto this time. However, this time Naruto was actually stopped before hitting Tsuki, so she didn't really get hit by the tails of the Full Tails form of the Ninetales. Does that even make sense? But anyways, now we move. Of course, after this, Team 7 does return to the Leaf Village, and Naruto and Team 7 do get the pretty much, they are alerted of Team 10 asking for help, asking for support in their mission, and Team 7 actually left again to actually go help out this time, especially because Naruto remembers that, not especially because Naruto, but of course Naruto actually wants to help out the Leaf Village as much as he can, just like his father did, or his foster father did. He didn't know that Minato was his father, and pretty much gave his whole entire life up, same as his mother. But anyways, Kushina, Uzumaki. But anyways, now, after this, of course, Naruto and Team 7 arrived to actually save Asuma, and in the end, Naruto took on Kakuzu, while the rest actually took on Hidan, and Kakashi actually helped out Naruto. And Yamato was just there in case something happened with Naruto, but he was actually fighting Hidan. And in the end, Team 10, or mostly Team 10 doing the work, since Team 7 didn't really need to do much now that Team 10 knew how Hidan fought. They were able to pretty much defeat him and bury him in a forest near the fighting, where they fought before. And anyways, now, of course, Naruto and Naruto and Kakashi were able to take out pretty much every single heart except for the last one, which Naruto in the end had to he was like, I've had enough, I'm going to one-shot you, and pretty much goes in front of him and throws the Rasen Shuriken at Kakuzu, and pretty much Kakuzu goes flying. And remember, Naruto doesn't even have a Sage Mode mastered yet, but he mastered how to throw it already, And anyways, Naruto was ready to go and learn Sage Mode soon, but not yet. And anyways, now, of course, Naruto and Team 7 and Team 10 returned, and of course Team 10 thanks Team 7 for helping them, and they said it was nothing, but anyways, they took out another 2 Akatsuki members, but of course those 2 Akatsuki members did capture other Jinchurikis, for example. And anyways, right now the tail beasts that have been captured are from 1 to all the way 6, 7 tails, sorry. Now, there were only 2 tail beasts left at this point, and anyways, of course, Itachi did send a letter to Sasuke, and Sasuke did kill Orochimaru when he was weakened, especially because of the fight against Naruto. He was weakened even further, and anyways, he did have his arms in this series, but you know how he didn't lose his arms, so he didn't have to fully switch bodies and so on. Anyways, of course, Naruto, of course, was able to do that much damage to actually cripple him. And anyways, now, of course, Sasuke still makes Team Heavy, and goes off to fight Orochimaru, his older brother Itachi. And Itachi does still, in the end, Tsuki actually gets the letter as well, so Tsuki was heading there too. And once she arrived, of course, the fight actually began. Sasuke and Tsuki were able to defeat their older brother, but their older brother was able to tell Tsuki only what happened, and pretty much Sasuke fainted, and Tsuki was going to take pretty much Sasuke, but then Obito appeared and said, you should come with me. And pretty much Tsuki realized that he's right next to Sasuke, and pretty much now, if she was to get close to Sasuke, she realizes that she would get killed instantly, because just the presence of Obito gave a much scarier presence than any other Akatsuki member she fought for some reason, and she didn't really know how strong Obito was. And at this point of the story, Tsuki would stand no chance against Obito right now, especially because of his Kamui and how it's so hard to get past it, and you need to be like Minato speed to counter it. Like, let's be honest, if you're not Minato speed right now, or you have the Mangekyo Sharingan yourself, you're not standing a chance against Obito or Sage Mode, of course, and Beautiful. Anyways, or you have the other eye of Obito, which Kakashi owns. But anyways, of course, Tsuki unlocks a Mangekyo and goes off on her own. But anyways, now, of course, Sasuke finds out from Obito, and in the end, he actually joins the Akatsuki to capture the 8 tails. While at this point of the story, Jiraiya would have been dead, but Jiraiya would have died. However, since he already died, Naruto already left to go master Sage Mode, and he actually took a bit longer. Even though he grew up in Mamiya-Boku, it should have been easier, but at the same time, it was a bit harder for him. But anyways, now, Naruto, once he returned, he saw the Leaf Village in ruins, and Tsuki, everyone, he couldn't feel anyone's power except for Tsunade, and he did save her, but in the end, Tsunade still goes into her coma, and in the end, of course, Sakura's still alive. Everyone's alive except for Tsuki. Tsuki and Kakashi died, which pissed Naruto off to an extent, where he couldn't return, and pretty much, he was already in his 5 tails form, and of course, here, he didn't kill all the paths, so every tail beast bomb that he actually used was absorbed. Naruto's not being able to destroy all the other paths before the Diva path was what was his downfall. Pretty much, Naruto got captured, and there was no one to stop it because there was no one strong enough. Tsunade right now is in a coma, and Tsunade is nowhere near strong enough to stop pain like we saw, and no one else in the village has Sage Mode, or Sasuke is not here. If Sasuke with his Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan would definitely be able to put up a fight against pain. Still, we don't know if he would be able to beat him, because the perfect system, even though you unlock it once you get the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, you don't master it fully. So Naruto's taken away, and during this time, it was actually being sealed away. Yes, it was being sealed away because the 8 tails, of course, was already sealed away. Yes, the 8 tail lost to Sasuke because here Sasuke is much stronger, and pretty much the Akatsuki's plans were over. Sasuke was already going to the Leaf Village. He didn't know about the destruction that happened to it. he didn't hear of it yet, and the Leaf Village was trying to rebuild itself and try to get Naruto back. There was already a team ready for it, which was Team 10. Basically, the Rookie 9 team Guy and Guy himself. Guy actually has returned by now, and yes, Guy. If Guy was there, Pain would stand no chance. Guy is way stronger than Pain. I'm pretty sure even the Almighty Push wouldn't be able to stop Night Guy, and pretty much he would. Well, it would be a life for life, but of course he was late, and this pissed him off because Kakashi's dead. However, Naruto, of course, during the time he was getting sealed away, he was actually heading towards Limbo. Of course, as he headed there, he actually met someone. He met someone that he never thought of meeting again, and that was Jiraiya. Of course, Naruto, and just saying, since Naruto's chakra was being sealed away right now, he wouldn't meet his parents yet because he still has chakra and he's not in his mind right now, he's in Limbo. And anyways, Jiraiya and Naruto talk while he was being sealed away. Since it's the Naruto's, remember, for Gaara it took around like 3 days to be sealed away. Wait, let me check that. Can't really find any information on it, but I'm just gonna say that the Naruto's would take around a week, especially because there's less people doing it as well, so it would take a bit longer, right? And anyways, it's not all the 10 members, it's just Conan, Pain, of course Nagato, Pain as in Nagato, Obito and Kisame, who are the only remaining Akatsuki members right now. So there's only 4 of them. Before there were 10, Kakuzu, Hidan, Deidara, Sasori, thing, who else? Obito. I'm getting confused. Chill. I have a poster right here. Alright, so Nagato, Conan, Nagato as in Pain. That's 2. Deidara, Sasori. That's 4. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait, what? No. Fam, my maths. Also Zetsu counted, and anyways, now, of course, there were only 5 members left, and 5 already died, and anywho, of course, now, it would take a lot longer to seal away the Naruto's, and anywho, after this, Naruto was still speaking to Jiraiya, and then a different being appears. That being Hogoromo, and Hogoromo was telling Naruto that it's not his time to die yet. So just like Jiraiya was telling him, and he was telling basically Naruto said that even if it's not his time to die, there's no point. He lost everyone, and he can't really return at this point since he doesn't know how to. But Hogoromo said that there is a way, and pretty much Naruto. Well, Hogoromo unlocked Naruto's 6-pass Sage mode, which gave him the power, and literally Naruto broke out of the seal, waking up, and pretty much taking back his chakra before the Gedomazu, or the cursed statue could take it, and puts it back into himself. The full Naruto's, well, not the full Naruto's, the Naruto's that was inside of him, the half of it was already there, and pretty much Naruto doesn't have the Biju form right now, so his 6-pass Sage mode would just be his truth-seeking orbs, and that's it. Anyways, Kisame and Obito did try to attack him straight away, and they were blown away by the truth-seeking orbs, and Obito's like, that's enough, and pretty much teleports towards, well, not teleports, or, whoops away, and tells Kisame, everyone to escape, but Nagato, and tells Pain and Conan to remain and fight, and of course, they were going to remain and fight, but Nagato tells Conan to escape, so Conan goes towards Nagato, while Pain remains, and all the other parts of Pain have arrived, and Naruto being in 6-pass Sage mode, having the Sage mode, but without the pigment, which is his 6-pass Sage mode, and if you guys think, oh wait, no, he should have the cloak too, no, it's not, that's just the Kurama cloak added onto it, stacked on it, which looked very cool, but it's not it, that's not the whole, that's not the 6-pass Sage mode. 6-pass Sage mode literally is Naruto being able to go into Sage mode, and there was no pigment, and also Naruto would have the truth-seeking orbs, and anyways, Naruto would have a much easier time against Pain, and this time actually destroy him, and actually find Nagato and talk no jutsu him, and Nagato in the end does give life to everyone, give their lives back, but then Conan leaves with Nagato and Yahiko's body and bodies. Naruto does tell her that she can return with him, but it was too late. Naruto goes back to the Leaf Village, and first thing he does is go towards Jiraiya's grave and tells him to have a peaceful rest and wait for Tsunade. One day she'll be with him, and it's inevitable inevitable. What's wrong with my English? Inevitable. And anyways, now, of course, Naruto and Naruto pretty much being returning to the Leaf Village kind of scared everyone because they thought that he was captured, and Naruto said that something happened. And during this time, of course, what's the name? The Raikage did pretty much won a 5 Kage meeting. Sorry, that was a bit of tissue. And because he actually wanted to kill Sasuke, and he wanted to speak with the Hokage. Why did they not capture Sasuke and kill him as soon as possible? Since pretty much they do it, and they should do it too. And now the Eight Tails got captured, which he did actually. And anyways, now of course Naruto does hear about this, and he realizes that, of course, Tsunade is in a coma, and so Danzo takes over, and he goes towards the 5 Kage meeting, or summit. And Naruto realizes that Sasuke is in trouble, and so he goes with Tsuki and Sakura. Of course, Sakura actually not being against Naruto this time. And anyways, once they arrive, of course, Naruto, Sasuke, and of course, once they arrive, it was too late. Sasuke already broke in and pretty much cut off one of the Raikage's arms, and pretty much take down Danzo. And anywho, of course, Tsuki understood why he took down Danzo. He must have found out what happened to Itachi. Sorry for the noise. And pretty much she understood him and said that it's fine, he can return to the village. She understands why he did it, and they can tell others. But Sasuke says, no, I'll destroy the Leaf Village itself. No, only Danzo. And pretty much Tsuki is like, no, Sasuke, don't. And pretty much then leaves with Obito, saying that I will achieve the eternal Mangekyo. Tsuki, I'll give you my eyes after I finish with the village. I won't kill you. And anyways, after this, he leaves, and the 4th Great Ninja War was announced for Naruto. And Naruto pretty much was sent to master his Biju form. And pretty much here, he does fight the Nantos and achieves KCM 1. But the Nantos actually gives Naruto full access to his chakra and actually becomes friends with him during the fight, because of pretty much him realizing that Hagoromo and Ashura chose Naruto out of everyone. Sorry for the noise again. And pretty much he had newfound respect for Naruto, and actually began fighting with him. And once Naruto joined the 5 Great Ninja, or the 5th Great Ninja War, not the 5 Great Ninja War, of course, once he arrived, everyone thought that there would be hope at this point, and Naruto did pretty much smash everyone. Remember, him having 6-star Sage Mode makes him pretty much now, makes him close to being Tento's Jinchuriki powers, half of, pretty much being Mother Strength. But since he doesn't have the access to all the Tail Beast chakra yet, he's not there yet. Anyways, of course, Naruto goes through every single fight like in the original, and still fights the Jinchuriki, including Killer Bee here, and he befriends all of them by beating the shit out of them, the reanimations, and allowing the Tail Beasts to go, and allowing the Jinchurikis, the former Jinchurikis, to rest in peace. Naruto pretty much achieves his full strength. Well, not his full strength right now, because he can get even stronger, but of course he achieves the strength that he had nearing the end of Shippuden. And anyways, Naruto still having the sword, he still carries it around, and every time he goes into KCM 2 or 1, the sword itself takes a different form, and literally there's there's those symbols to show that the Sage of Six. There's Tomoe on the sword, and it becomes pretty much like a cloak. There's like a cloak on it. It's orange, just like KCM. And anyways, of course, the Tentos is revived, and Naruto is fighting the Tentos on his own. Not on his own, with the guy and Kakashi, and in the end, Madara slaps the five Kage, including Tsunade. Tsunade did wake up as usual, and this time Naruto did meet Minato and Kushina during their fight, and Minato told Naruto about everything. And anyways, of course, it was a bit late, but Naruto already knew about the masked man at this point, since he declared war. And anyways, now, of course, Naruto beat the shit out. Well, was Kanto keeping up with the Tentals at first, but then he realized that he was losing, and of course, Itachi and Sasuke finished, and Sasuke actually did go to revive the Fukage and come to the war's aid, and pretty much gives his old eyes to Tsuki in a jar, and Tsuki actually unlocks the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, and she heals herself. Pretty much, she was able to do an eye transplant on herself on the spot, and pretty much unlock the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. And anyways, of course, here the Hogoromo pretty much doesn't actually unlock Sasuke's powers yet. And anyways, of course, the fight goes on until Sasuke and Naruto pretty much get their tail beasts ripped out. Even with Naruto being in Sage Mode, six Fast Sage Mode, after beating Obito, he was actually really tired, and he was about to fight again until Madara pretty much caught him off guard and took everything from him again, the 9 tails. But of course, Hogoromo didn't give every single little bit of power to Naruto. He did have a little bit remaining, which he gave back to Naruto. And here, Tsuki did try to fight Madara after Naruto got pretty much smacked, but she got killed as well. Well, as in killed, she was near death, and Kabuto was healing Sasuke while Naruto was getting the Naruto's from Obito. And pretty much once they both woke up, Naruto was back at full strength, and Tsuki was still on the ground. However, once Naruto saw her dying, pretty much Naruto gave a bit of his own 6-man Sage Mode powers, which allowed Tsuki to unlock her Rinnegan. And it wasn't the Rinne Sharingan, not that OP, but Naruto still had the same amount of power and just a bit less chakra. But his pretty much having the 9 tail beasts inside of him at this point, while having their chakra, gives him that much that little advantage against Sasuke. And still, after giving chakra to Tsuki and her unlocking the Rinnegan, still Naruto has an advantage over the two even put together. And anyways, now, of course, he would have a bit of a hard time fighting the both of them. But right now, there's Madara to fight. Of course, they do pretty much finesse Madara, and Madara uses the God Tree to pretty much put everyone under again. Jutsu and Sasuke and Tsuki protect the people. Not everyone, but the people they need to. Tsuki at first, then Sasuke comes in, and pretty much they were able to stop the Tsukiyomi from hitting them. And it was Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, Kakashi, and Obito who were remaining. And pretty much Obito gave the eye back to Kakashi, and Naruto healed Obito's eye, and Obito gave the other one, and pretty much another Sharingan bargain. And pretty much Naruto gave both the eyes to Obito once he gave them to Kakashi, and pretty much Obito and Kakashi were able to use the Susanoo themselves together. And pretty much Naruto, in the process, actually giving them some 6-fast sage powers. Well, 6-fast powers, not 6-fast sage powers. 6-fast powers, and anyways, they were able to use the Susanoo, and Kagyo was actually fought by the 5 of them. And wait, is it 5? The 6 of them now. Of course, in the end, they were able to do the same thing as in the original. They were gonna seal her away, however, they thought, Sasuke told Naruto that he has more than enough power to kill her. At this point, she's weakened, and Naruto says, alright then, and pulls out his sword, and pretty much goes into his Kurama Avatar form, and the Kurama Avatar has a sword, and pretty much Naruto slices down Kagyo in half, slices on Kagyo, and she's in half at this point, and she does die. And anyways, of course, Naruto gets the Karma Seal, and then they all get teleported back by Hogoromo, and Naruto says his final goodbyes to his father, as in Minato. And anyways, of course, Sasuke doesn't want to fight Naruto, because remember, Sasuke actually left saying that he will return one day, and he did. He did help out quite a bit. He was still sent in jail for all the things he did, like aiding in starting the 4th Great Ninja War. But of course, Kakashi becoming Hokage. Actually wanted to give it to Obito for all the help he gave, but remember Obito was sent to jail as well because of him literally declaring the fourth Great Ninja War. But in the end, he was let out because of him pretty much being there to save the world, and thanks to his Kami and shit. But anyways, of course, he became like the Shadow Sixth Hokage, and he was pretty much with Sasuke in his pretty much redemption, or in his little quest for repentance. And anyways, now, of course, over time, Tsuki actually becomes the seventh Hokage because Naruto never really wanted to become Hokage, and they do get married in the end. And after that, pretty much Boruto and Himawari are born. I'm still gonna call her Himawari. I don't really care. But anyways, Boruto does start, and that's where I'm gonna end off. And hope you'll enjoy it. Please take care, stay safe. And just saying, Boruto still gets the Jogan during the during the Naruto the Last thing. I was about to say Temari, but it's meant to be Tonari. Tonari still decides to give Boruto the Jogan. And remember, I'm pretty sure Tonari gave the Jogan to Boruto. I'm pretty sure Tonari gave the Jogan to Boruto. But anyways, Naruto was like more of a house husband, but he was the strongest shinobi in the Leaf Village. He just didn't want to become Hokage, even though he was offered it. He didn't want it, and once Tsuki was offered it, she actually took it on, because Kakashi actually trusted Tsuki quite a bit, even though he trusts Naruto like his own son and everything. Still, and Tsunade was more of a grandma to the two, and pretty much helped raise the two kids. And anyways, Boruto actually saw Naruto like a weak man until pretty much the attack on the Leaf Village in the Chunin exams, but I'm not going to cover that. Of course, if you want this to be covered, I will, and I really do want to cover this. But anyways, literally I wanna, but I kind of forgot some of the arcs in Boruto, so I have to rewatch them or reread them to read the manga. But anyways, hope you all enjoyed the. Please stay safe. This was the King of Weebs. Don't forget to subscribe to Retreat, Miniman 123, and also don't forget to get your good quality anime merch from Beautiful Halo. And oh shit, don't forget to subscribe to Retreat, Miniman 123, also my friend Hxmesh, and the second channel DB Lover, and follow Shokiro on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram even if I don't upload, post. And don't forget to get your good quality anime merch from Beautiful Halo. 5% off on your next $49 plus order with the code MEME, MEME, and 10% off on your next $99 plus order with the code MEMES, MEMES. And you can get some good quality lamps from lamptee.com. I got a Luffy lamp, which is very nice. I really love it. And you can get 10% off on any of your orders with the code the lamptee dash the King of Weebs. Capital L, then everything lowercase, AMPTEE dash the King of Weebs, just like on YouTube. Everything capitalized on the King of Weebs except for O and F. Anyways, my ducklings, you're dismissed. This was the King of Weebs here, and peace.